Welcome to IBC Outdoors. I'm going to document how to run some DC from the front battery through the firewall and also to mount a UHF radio to an Isuzu 2022 MUX. So here we have the engine bay, a factory fitted Isuzu bull bar. I'm going to mount the UHF antenna on here. I'm going to run the UHF cable through here and the DC onto the battery, and there is in here there is a grommet there. I'm going to put the DC and UHF coaxial cable through that grommet. I'm going to run the cable under there. So to get to the other side, firstly I removed the glove box there. And there's some of the trim. The glove box is out of the car, so the glove box comes out from here. You just grab the glove box and pull it out there, and on this little bit here, top of the glove box comes in and out on there. I think that's the internal air filter, comes into that part there. Remove the kick panel and little door entry panel there. To pull it off, there was a little screw there. Just undo that by hand and lift it out. So under here, move the carpet back a bit. There, I'll get in the best I can. So through down here, a bit hard to see this way, as the grommet is down there, or up in here. I don't know if it's possible to see it, but it's going to come out under there. I can't really see it much myself, but the grommet's up under here. So I'm going to then run. I'm going to mount, oh, there's the UHF radio, which is a GME 330C. You can see the size of it in my hand. It's not very big, it's about the size of a normal cigarette sort of packet, give you an idea. And I'm going to try and mount it up here. If it'll fit, I might be able to just put it in there like that somehow, or underneath, and just cable tie it in there, run the coaxial cable up to it, the DC cable and the microphone out into here somewhere. But anyway, unless it fits up underneath, we'll have to figure it out with the glove box, how well the glove box closes on it. Anyway, I'll get to that later. I'm going to run the DC cable under there. Both the for the radio and also to my second battery come here under there. Put the seat down. See what I've done there. Oops. It's not easy to document everything. And bring the DC cable out there and into the second battery I have at the moment. UHS, the DC hub 100 amp hour battery, DC shunt from Victron 100 amp hour fuse, and I run the DC from the battery out into this panel here. See if that, because it's not much information on how to get it through the firewall, but I'm going to use a old stainless steel antenna. I'm going to poke it through the grommet I might even go out this way. The UHF antenna I've chosen to go with is the A4018 VK1, which is a 6.6 dBi gain, end-fed ground independent antenna. I've chosen to go with this rather than the radome type, because radomes can tend to, well, if they hit the wrong way, split this fiberglass. This one should be a bit more versatile, easy to fix, and also because it's a cheaper antenna to replace if necessary. So I'll mount that on now. It'll be the next step. This is the DC cable. It comes with the iTech World battery. The blue is the ignition sense for the DC to DC charger. To get it through the firewall, I'm going to have to take those out of the three-way Anderson plug, tape them up, pull them through, and there's a 80 amp spade fuse there, and that goes to the battery and the ignition sense. So yes, slowly but surely. I've got the cable through, and if you can see what it's like down there, got it through, and the DC cable and the coaxial cable for the UHF antenna, and just put a bit of protection on it, as you can see, and you can see it at all, down under here, down under here, and at the moment I've just got it ready to wire up, and I'm going to have the sense. Hopefully it's reasonably clear to see sense, and I've found out I can put ignition sense into here, and we'll see what it's like when I completely finish. Well, that's it so far. There's the cable, DC cable there, and the coax cable there as well, and managed to get it up in there, which is not easy to see, but got it through there okay. A bit hard to see up this way, but anyway, got it in there, so I'm just going to tie it off on there, and then try and get it down along here. I haven't shown you already, down in there. So that's it for the moment. I'll show you when I've done some more. Managed to get the UHF antenna done, the DC's run through here. I've just got a little bit of tidying up to do. Just run it down through here. Already put some trim back, but it's down through here. Just tucked it in and away from the seat. Should be away from the seat. Hopefully, I just need to double check that. And then up into the back here. Okay, I have everything wired in. Here's the DC to DC charger. It's an 80 amp speed fuse. Tie that down there. Here is the blue wire is the ignition sense, and I found a point there. There's another fuse underneath that micro fuse holder, but that fitted in quite well there, so that's good. All's well. Got the UHF antennas on there. Still have a little bit of wiring, sorry, a little bit of tidying up to do. Got the DC through there, and I've put the radio at the moment up here on the glove box. There's the 2 amp 3AG fuse there. I just got the coaxial cable coiled up there at the moment, and the radio just sitting in behind here. I can tidy that up later. See if I'm just going to see how that goes. And then everything all plugged in. I've actually tested that it's working. See the DC to DC charge of the LiPo 4 light and the alternator light are flashing slowly in synchronization with each other. I have wired to this first switch, I've wired the UHF radio, so I can turn it on and off here, and it runs off of the lithium battery. And there's a fuse for it up there, 2 amp. We'll put a 2 amp fuse at this end as well, so that's not too bad there. This is the SmarShunt, the Victron SmarShunt app. At the moment you can see that the battery is at 13.53 volts, current is minus 0.3 amps, minus 4 watts, so it's powering the UHF radio at the moment. So I've got it turned on. There's the UHF radio here. I haven't put it in yet, everything in yet, not tidied, but I'm going to. There's the AJ45 feed through connector there, and I'm just going to double-sided tape down in there, and I think I might be able to. I've got a magnetic base, sorry, a magnetic microphone bracket there, and I might see if I can fit it there. See how that goes. Anyway, that's my plan at the moment. So I'll start the engine and we'll have a look at the Victron app. Oops. That's started. Victron app doesn't start charging straight away. DC to DC charger. I think I haven't read up on it that much, but I think it's just sensing that it's got the alternators running, and I'm watching the 2 LiPo 4 and the alternator lights still blinking together. Not sure if it's a couple of minutes, but it goes. You see it there. The same, nothing, no charging yet. Oh, there it goes. You can see it's 21 amps in there. And now the alternator light is flashing a lot faster, and the LiPo 4 light is on solid, and the alternator light is flashing faster. And we had it was working. Unless it's fully charged. Hopefully that's the case. 13.96 volts. It's not charging at the moment. You see the lights are still flashing. So anyway, check that later. Well, I've finished installing everything, including the radio. That's where I've decided to mount the microphone there, and it just on a double-sided tape. There is the connector, feed-through connector provided. A little bit hard to see, but that's basically it under there, underneath. So that's not a bad location here. And I just take it off, and there it is, double-sided tape. The magnetic bracket, no screwing. I have the cable around this way. If I want, I can have the cable around this way, like that. or if I want, I can have it down there like that. And that's it all wired in. First switch is the radio, the other's on the side, whatever I want to do with it there. USBs, cigarette lighters, not charging at the moment because the engine's off. DC shunt, 100 amp hour MIDI fuse. That's how I fitted it in, so here we go. Thanks for watching.